It's January 28th, 2026. Oh. Yesterday on the 27th, I was in Golden Corral. Men were talking. We all heard that Henry Moppy guy saying he's just trying to pull a fast one and steal from the FBI. Yeah. January 19th, 2026. He mentioned that up in Fairlawn at the Bob Evans, right off the exit. And that he had never met me in person. He was the one that got a hold of me online. After I called the FBI, like I said, through Instagram, some guy named Henry Moffey texted me he thought I was beautiful. And a couple other weird text messages that he thought romance was on a beach in the wind blowing. Stupid crap. Okay. All right. Don't know him. Just a little bit weird. Okay. What's worse is when people around me talk about him. Then he drives by me. And he's with a cartel. Never met him in person. Online predator. Okay? Now he's stalking me. Find out he's the one doing it. How he was the one online got a hold of me. He only said I was beautiful, and then you thought romance was something on the beach and wind blowing and da-da-da, whatever. Don't know you. And the FBI has the text messages. It was weird. Because I don't know you. Okay? And people talk about him around me. I see him drive by. People talk about him. Now, I know this guy from nowhere. Nowhere. Absolutely. And then people are saying he's part of this. Find out he's the one doing it. That he proved to my ex-husband I was cheating. I wasn't cheating. He told me I was beautiful. He said something about romances, making love on a beach and wind blowing off the ocean and something else and weird stuff. Okay? I don't know you. That's not cheating. That's you being weird to someone you never met. And Dave had at least 3 girlfriends. He was breaking. He was trying to kill me for one. He was the one cheating, not me. You just sent me 2 or 3 weird messages? And that he was glad he never met me in person? Investigators were laughing like the next day. Told you she didn't know what was going on. He was telling everybody they were having an affair. That man didn't have a snowball chance in hell. When he gave him a pity date. Okay? Not a pity date. Nada. And he was glad he never met me in person. Boy, did everybody laugh and laugh about that one. I'm glad we never met in person either. It was the first time I even seen him in the same room as me. Always just drove by. And, oh my God, he was running his mouth so much, confessing. And I kept turning around looking, there's a camera facing right at it. The officers that watch her for the case only watch her because she acts like a big kid and they feel sorry for her. There's a court order from a real judge that orders them to watch me. And if you say that in front of Officer Mark, you'll be lucky he don't tear you up, or Officer John. Because a lot of the officers that are regular watching me, that's our Karen. We're very fond of her. And they think I'm amazing. She has no training. She's lived through all this and helped us get all this information on those people. She's amazing. Okay? And they'll tell you I'm innocent of everything. Okay? And then he said, well, I have a judge's friend that will enter that tape of Weird with Yourself. The shower's in the other room. And all the other stuff I have in court. Well, the FBI is busy in Minnesota, and I'll steal everything from the FBI, and they won't know what happened. It'll be too late for them to stop me. Well, I told them. And I'll pull a fast one on them. Heard Michelle's telling on what we're doing. It doesn't count. She's part of the other team. They can't use it. Yes, I can. He didn't deny it either. See, that's where everybody, he didn't deny what Michelle's telling on him. He just said she's telling on him. That this whole thing is an extortion plan to extort money from the government. My ex-husband was involved December 1st, 25, World War 62. Investigator came in, Michelle told on him. And that the doctor from before was not one of mine, works for them, and they had lied. And she doesn't even know who he is. And that guy Pete that was in his office running his mouth about me, it's just some guy Dave hired. She don't even know who he is. And they admitted to using hypnotic drugs when they drugged me and told me to say it before. And the tape of Weird with Yourself is photoshopped. Washing yourself in the shower. And they photoshopped that in another room. They already confessed to all this. And it's just a big scam. To extort money from the government. He didn't deny it. Just Michelle was telling on him for what they were doing. Okay, so yesterday, we're a few days back, outside, there was a Latino lady. She was on the phone. Said no one's allowed to say anything to her. That guy admitted he never met her in person. He told everybody she told him she was found insane before. And he's never even met her. And that's why he was doing all this. Never told him such a thing. That's a lie. But a few years ago, a couple really pretty girls were in Walmart and were laughing. Will said he drugged her and told her to say she was insane before and were mocking me. Told you, the way they described Bill from the Freemasons and Henry Maffei was exactly the same. He's that Bill from the Freemasons that is supposed to be an attorney. Well, I bet he's not even an attorney. He would know better. I bet he's just saying it. And where that Latina lady said, the people that did this was not from this country. They didn't know there was a law called HIPAA. That doctors cannot tape you unaware, that it's illegal. That they cannot talk about you, it's illegal. And they cannot share your medical records, it is illegal. They didn't know it was a crime. They didn't know the right to privacy over your house. They were not from this country that did this. Well, years ago, I was talking to this one guy online through a dating app, lived out west. He said he lived close to the border. He said, was there any Latinos involved? I said, a lot. A lot. At first, they said they worked for Judge Peters. He said it was one of the Mexican drug cartels that did it. None of the other cartels would include Latinos unless they're the ones doing it. Okay. M13 hacked protected custody cases and is live streaming people in protected custody to have them harassed and terrorized. The guy that threatened to knife me had an eagle tattoo. That is M13. The police got one guy above Cleveland. Him and his girlfriend were part of harassing me, and they were M13. There was girls with tattoo dots around their eyes. That is, I did gang tats. That is their tattoo. And several people that were part of this had eagle tattoos. And where Marlisa's niece, my one house manager's niece, was taken from the guy in the white van, the tall white guy with black hair. So the investigator said that they know he's a tall white man with black hair and a Latino descent. And that they are working with other people in stores to trick people to go outside to grab them and sell them. That they are the drug traders that are human trafficking people. Where on January 19th, 26th in Fairlawn, we went to Summit Mall and the Florida drug cartel was in there. Michelle said no one's to say a word. She said we all heard what she thought of the guy that's doing it to her. Well, Carl was in the bathroom a long time. The guy sitting in the next booth running his mouth. I kept turning around looking for the camera. I thought I'd keep saying it for the camera. You know there's police in here. He said you even knew there was officers that watched me. They got him. So I got Carl in the car and I had to go, I went for this one treatment, trying to lose weight, and we went to go to Walmart so we could get his blood sugar tested because I had to get a kit because he forgot his meter. And on the way there, and I showed him the picture from Henry Mafia. I said, you know the guy that looks sort of like that, but a lot thinner? See, he looks about 50 pounds less. And his face is all sunk in like there's something wrong with him. To go out with too many of the prostitutes, you get something, honey. Hmm. And I told Carl, hot damn, he showed up. They got a picture of him. They got his confession. I said, you know, that guy is as ugly as a horse's ass. And where Danny said Rick's got the small dick syndrome, big man with a small dick, he thinks he has to harm and threaten people to prove his manhood. Real men don't threaten and harm people. They don't have to prove their manhood. It's these men with small dicks that think they have to harm people and threaten them, prove their manhood. Girls in the cartel were laughing. We heard what she said about that guy, about him having a small dick and ugly. We all know M13 was paying for all this. Well, Henry Mafia, where my case was hacked back in 18 and sold, you were the one selling the government technology, weren't you? And since he's basically that Bill from the Freemason, that Will guy, he's the one framing Judge Lodick, where he said he had a judge's friend. He is the one that probably is saying he's Karen's will. He's not my will. My will is FBI Agent John. He's mean, scary, and crazy. My will is FBI agent John, not Henry Maffei. He's the one impersonating FBI agent Will, the one that Will made it up to me, took a bunch of little kids out, that scared the daylights out of you. These people admitted to selling kiddie porn and my grandkids going potty. He's a child molester. He plays with hypnotic drugs, and people gave him their kids to take out. I know they sell the log and I drive around saying, are you crazy? Whoever is saying that their agent, well, no FBI agent would take your child out by itself, it is improper. And then that way there would be no accusations. He's a human trafficker. Don't go out with him. Definitely don't let him around your kids. Got it? He's probably the one that extorted money out of the recruiter. The people that said they work for that Will are the fake cops that insulted me, called me ugly. The fake Portage County sheriffs. Got the idea? It's a big fraud scheme. Will said that guy put her online again to sell her. I tell everybody she's too ugly and don't show up. And Will told me to show up in case somebody actually showed up to try to buy her. The one guy with the tall black hair sort of reminds you of the guy the kidnapper. He makes me twinge. He's telling everybody he was an officer. He's no officer. He's cartel. People really need to check credentials. Because I was so mad, I went out of my car, and I know it's bug. It's like, look, officer, I may not be the prettiest thing on earth, but there's no reason to use the U word. I may not be the prettiest thing, but at least I don't look like a serial killer, and you make me twinge every time I see you. Get the idea? I doubt Henry Maffei or that Will guy is an attorney. Would he know HIPAA? Yeah. Would he know the right to privacy? Yes. Would he also know that an attorney cannot ask for a competency hearing on somebody? Yes. Except for like in a jury trial, you don't think your client's competent. Not, and where he said that he told his son, Rick, her new husband's son, that he'd steal everything from him. And and I found out he was down there vandalizing that things on those farms. I told him to stay out of it. I was going to steal everything for him. You're the one inciting, Rick. You're stealing from the elderly now, too. You're pathetic. You must be where Will wants that land. Mad you didn't get it. So was it your kid that biker confronted outside screaming at her that your family was the one in debt to the drug dealers and that you human traffic people? And this whole thing was your family's debt to drug dealers? Where they said that years ago. Years ago. August 30th, 23, some back cars were driving by. I was at Fred Martin. Some Indian guy who was in there got on the phone. You want to pull over and meet her? You don't want her to know who actually did this to her. Did you get enough money to pay him back? So Henry Maffei, you coming in that restaurant after all this time and sitting down and admitting it was you doing this to me? Did you think you were going to scare me? I actually find it comical. You want to see people scary? Try the Kingsmen from Texas. 300-pound men, big got sumo wrestlers threatening you. How about the Gentlemen's Club from Florida? They're bodybuilders. I've been in rooms with people, they walk in the room, and your breath goes cold because they're so evil. You ain't nothing but a joke. A small, shriveled up man, so full of hate, harming somebody they never met, trying to pull a con on the FBI. You're delusional, at the very least. And like those men said in Golden Crown, nobody say a word. It's a Mexican drug cartel. Pulling a fast one on all of us. How dumb were we falling for this and all the laws they broke? Hmm? They taped that Henry Moffey saying that he was just pulling a fast one on the FBI. He's that well guy they talk about. Bill from the Freemasons is him. He's the one framing Melodic. He's the one doing all this. You know, in the beginning of the case, by January 19th, they said there was 2 teams, one for Dave, one for her. They also said this was a bet between 2 gentlemen. One bet he could be so cruel. He could push her to suicide. The other one bet he could make her give up everything in life and have people participate in it. Winner takes all. For you bet everything you have in life. You walk away with just your clothes on. Agent John, the day you pay me, he loses everything. I want him to. See, that's where in that other tape, please tell me that ugly man did not rape me, I'll puke. And some of the investigators showed up. They were laughing that they taped him admitting he never met me. And if she actually found out what was going on, she probably would puke. Then more than likely, he's one of the ones that was beating me in my stomach until I almost ruptured my intestines. Was he part of bashing my head in and almost killing me? He had those men torture me. Had me human trafficked. He's extremely, extremely dangerous. Anybody helping out in this, it's the Mexican drug cartel. M13 paid for it, which would explain Trekasami and the connection to him and smuggling oil into the United States. You, by the way, Henry Muffy, you weren't Michael Peterson I was talking to, were you? Breaking your crimes. Agent John, you knew this was a drug scam from the cartel, right? Trying to steal from the government. You're not dumb, right? Like they call you dumb, how they fooled you, how they call you a coward, and it's a Mexican drug cartel. I like my money. And where people say stupid stuff, it's where the prosecutor's office, an FBI agent, Grant's friend out of state, a criminal attorney, and the police I talked to, that agent doesn't have enough authority. It's a freedom of speech to ask anybody to stay quiet. It's illegal. I looked it up. It's a federal crime. If an FBI agent tells a victim or informant they can't say anything, it's punishable by 10 to 20 years. If it's a threat, attempt to life case, or a murder case, it's 20 to 30 to life. It's a freedom of speech. No one can tell you can't say anything but a judge in a jury trial. No man can tell you can't say anything, can't be in a court order because it's a federal crime. The agent cannot try to take your money from you. It is also punishable by 20 years. An attorney can't attach it. It's 20 years. A judge, an attorney, anybody cannot say anything against an FBI informant or work against them because they are a government witness in a government case. Get the idea. That's where they said they were trying to destroy me to get Agent John's case against the cartel thrown out. You can't. And he wants all of the cartel released. He's delusional. I like my money, Agent John. I need it. New name, new social for me and Carl so we can live out our lives in peace. A medical card from all the injuries. And a letter, thank you. I'm going to upload this.